which is greetings in my language, which is Tswana. My name is Sesame Selema. I am an African native from Botswana, a small country in the southern part of Africa, and I was fortunate enough to have been selected for the Merck Foundation Oncology Training Program at the Krishna Vishwavidyapeeth University, Karad, India. Where is Karad? Karad is a small, not small, but it's a little town in Maharashtra, which is about 6 hours from Mumbai. And when I got the news, I think I was a bit puzzled and a bit hesitant because I was like, is this in the middle of nowhere? But upon arriving here, I think I was greeted with the utmost respect. I was received so warmly, and I'm still very grateful to have been selected to come here. I had really high expectations upon coming here. From the moment I got the email, I was excited. I was ecstatic because it was my first time out of Africa, and I think what better place to visit than India. So I was excited, and upon my travels and arriving here, I think everything was highly met. The people were respectful, and everybody was super helpful. Upon arriving into the hospital and being shown around where to go, what to do, the department, the radiation department, everybody, including the supervisors, was very helpful. Every expectation of mine was met and exceeded even beyond. I was based in the radiation oncology department under the oncology unit, and I was fortunate enough to be trained with using the linear accelerator machine, which is a treatment machine that targets cancer cells using highly energetic X-rays. The whole process involved behind getting a patient ready for treatment is that we start with the immobilization of the patient to ensure that they lie extremely still during treatment. We then move on to the CT simulator, which mimics exactly what happens in the treatment room. So we're going to locate the tumor area and mark it accordingly as well. And then from then on, it goes to treatment planning, where we now calculate the doses in which the patient should receive in accordance to which tumor they have and which area they're exposed to. My country, Botswana, just received its first state-owned linear accelerator machine just a few months ago in May 2023. I think this is a great development and a great step in improving the oncology situation. Before then, there was only one linear accelerator machine, which is in the private sector. So it now meant that underprivileged citizens were now in a loss because they couldn't afford the treatment to go for the treatment using in the private sector using the linear accelerator. But now, because of the new purchase the government has made, I think this now means that treatment will be available to almost every Motswana. I was posted for a 6-month training program as a radiation technician. I was posted in the radiation oncology unit. I was fortunate enough to be going there from Monday to Saturday, which were the working hours. I took the whole thing as a learning curve, and I think the most important thing I should mention is that I was allowed to be, it was mostly of a practical, so I was immersed and embedded with the patients as well. I was helping with the patients, and I think it also helped me learn the bedside manner of treating patients that are cancer sick or terminally ill, the bedside manner of helping people that are in need, and also learn a bit of Marathi. So I think that was helpful. In terms of my academic facilities that I was exposed to, the machine here is one of the best, but also they're upgrading pretty soon. So I think the school and the hospital are better improving and always improving in order to provide excellent healthcare to the people of Karad and India as a whole. When going to the academic aspect, I think it took me back to when I was back in school, and I think that was great because it challenges you mentally. It makes you read more, it makes you question more, it makes you research more. So you want to become a better student, because I was a student. It makes you want to become a better student. It makes you want to become learned. And if and when you are in a room full of people that know what they're talking about, that know their job, that are really good at it, you also want to measure up to them. You also want to have a conversation with them and be able to add your 2 cents to it. So it's allowed me to want to better myself also academically in that aspect. The infrastructure here is to die for. I think it's it's of really exceptionally high standards. From the gym, there's a recreational area with the gym and a pool that is well kept, well maintained, with people to help you around in case you need help. The guest house is also an amazing facility. The meals there are amazing as well. Everything in the whole school is neatly kept, well maintained, well manicured, and I think that also improved the experience of my being here. I think it also deserves a notable mention. What deserves a notable mention is the food. So, coming to India, obviously we know the staple food that they have, the rice, the dal, chapati. But I think what was a shock was having it every day. Now, it was a bit sus in the beginning, but then when you got to go on, you got to understand that this is their culture, this is their food, this is how they eat, and this is how they prefer things. So when an aspiring student, as you as an aspiring student, when you're coming here, please be open to the idea of having the same meal every day, but also don't forget that you can ask the kitchen staff to make a change to your diet or change to your food, and also they allow you to cook if you need to make something special, or if you're missing home and you need to make something a little bit African, so and also provide them a plate so they can taste a little bit of Africa in you. And with the hostel situation, I was sharing with a Botswana native, a fellow Botswana lady. I think that also made the whole process quite easier because we could speak our language, we could, talk about our experiences. We had a shared experience about the whole situation being here at KVV, and I think it was great to have somebody I can relate to, or somebody who can relate to me, and I think that was that was very that was very nice. Upon arriving, I was fortunate enough to also be sleeping next door to two Malawian ladies who were here before me, who arrived before me, and they took me around Karad as a whole. We went up Agashiv Hill. I was huffing and puffing. I only went there once or twice, but that was also an experience that I was very grateful for. I went to the market, the Karad market. There's very many different cultures that I didn't know of, that I was exposed to. And on campus in general, I started swimming. I met a few people at the swimming pool. I think that was also very, very refreshing as well, to speak to people that I would have never met had it not been for coming to Krishna Vishwa Vidyapeeth, as well as learn about their cultures and also being sensitive towards their particular issues as well. My life since I arrived at KVV has been full. It has been quite a busy schedule. I was lucky to have a pool right next door because my hostel is next to the pool. And I came here as a very, very, very bad swimmer. But now I can do a full lap breathlessly, but it's still a full lap even with the floaties. So I'm very grateful for having learned how to swim. There's also yoga, which I attended as well. And I think KVV is also a very inclusive school. They host events. They had a International Day of Yoga event, which introduced me to yoga, and I was very, very grateful for that. I think yoga is something that's very peaceful, that we all need to do, something that we all need to take part in. So I'm very grateful for every experience that I've experienced while I was here. So that was great. We have an indoor convenience store, Sarita Bazaar, which is very convenient if you need to go get anything any time of the day. I think they close they close late into the night as well. So that's very convenient to have a store you can go to in case you need anything at any time of the day. The facilities as well are very inclusive. They have ramps if you need or have a wheelchair. They have support services in place across the whole school, the whole staff, the whole support system is very strong and intact. Should you meet a person on campus and need directions anywhere, they will gladly assist you and sometimes even take you to the place where you need to go. So that just goes to show how much KVV takes into consideration the amount of care, the amount of time that they put into taking care of the students as well. There's so many people to thank. I will try and thank them all in particular mention or in no particular mention. I'd like to start with the Ministry of Health in my country, in association with the First Lady who introduced the Merck Foundation program into our country. I'm very fortunate I was selected. I'm very thankful for that. I would then like to thank the Merck Foundation for seeing me as a deemable candidate, a fit candidate to go and serve and become an alumni and represent them in my country as well as in India. I think that is a big big opportunity, and I want to thank them for it. I would also like to extend my gratitude to the Krishna Vishwa Vidyapeeth University. They recently changed from Kim's DU. They are a very interactive school. It's a medical school that is very interactive, very up to date, very inclusive, very. I was African. My being African did not in any way shield me or in any way expose me to anything I didn't want to be exposed to. If anything, it made me even more appreciative of being here. So thank you to everybody for the opportunity, everybody involved. Thank you for the chance, and I really hope to make everybody proud. I don't know where to start when talking about the International Affairs Office, from from Miss Radhika all the way to Madam Achana. Everybody was very helpful. To Amit, Sir Amit, who helped me get my bank card, as well as go through the whole process of the FRRO, which you need to register for when you come in India for longer than 3 months, I believe. So the whole staff, the whole support system, the door is open any day. You can call them anytime in case you need anything. Literally, whatever I asked for, I got. And I got help with the biggest smiles that I couldn't even imagine. So there's the whole. Thank you to the whole International Affairs Office. Thank you for the support. I have met Honorable Chancellor Bosley, I think, on a few occasions at the graduation ceremonies, as well as during the India's 71st Independence Day. He and his wife, Madam Chancellor, very, very nice people, very, very welcoming. When you talk, it's like you've known them for a while. They ask you about your country. They know what's going on in your country, what your country is rich for. We spoke about diamonds in my country. We spoke about the political wars going on in Africa. They're very well versed what's going on in Africa, which makes them suitable to host African students as well within India and Karat. So to Honorable Chancellor and Madam Chancellor, thank you for your hospitality. Thank you for allowing me to come here. I think I am very, very grateful for that. And thank you for understanding. Thank you for being well learned in my country as well. It made me feel a little bit of home.